What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Friday, March 6th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a huge 10-game slate tonight, so I'm going to give you a few extra picks in this video. Hey guys, our cash game lineup optimizer is now live. Playing cash games is the secret to building your bankroll. So that's why we've created our cash game lineup optimizer that will generate a lineup based on the highest projected ownership. In cash game lineups, you want safer plays that carry less risk and are owned by a larger percentage of the field. By using the wisdom of the crowd, we will generate a cash game lineup based on ownership projections. This new tool is available right now, so come on in and start building your bankroll. Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know, we added our first version of the XFL Position Optimizer, which has projected points, projected value, and we're going to have projected ownerships in there as well. We're going to be adding more XFL tools to Draft Dashboard, so come on in and give those a try. Okay, who do we have at the point guard position? I like Eric Bledsoe from the Milwaukee Bucks playing the LA Lakers, who have a good defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing point guards. Eric Bledsoe has averaged 31.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 27 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. He scored 33 fantasy points last game in 27 minutes. He's projected at 30.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.4 times value. He's $5,700 DraftKings salary and $300 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 227 points scored in this game, and Eric Bledsoe has scored 41, 52, and 63 fantasy points versus the LA Lakers in the last 3 games. It's a fast-paced game, and that's great player versus team history. So I like Eric Bledsoe here versus the LA Lakers. Okay, now I'm going to give you a value play. I like Patty Mills from the San Antonio Spurs playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have the 11th worst defense overall, and they give up the 6th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Patty Mills has averaged 19.1 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 23 minutes per game with a 21% usage rate. He scored 18, 35, and 12 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 21, 23, and 21 minutes. He's only $3,400 DraftKings salary and $100 more on FanDuel, projected at 18.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. Vegas thinks there's going to be 221.5 points scored in this game. It's a fast-paced game and a great matchup, so I like Patty Mills here versus the Brooklyn Nets. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who have the 5th worst defense overall, and they're middle of the pack defending opposing shooting guards. Jimmy Butler has averaged 42.2 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 34 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. He's projected at 42.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.4 times value. He's $7,900 DraftKings salary and the same price on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 235.5 points scored in this game, so a high-scoring game, a fast-paced game, and a good matchup. So I like Jimmy Butler here versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Okay, now I'm going to give you a value play at shooting guard. This guy's always risky, but I think he can get it done tonight. I like Joe Ingles from the Utah Jazz playing the Boston Celtics, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing shooting guards. But Joe Ingles has averaged 24.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 30 minutes per game with a 15% usage rate. He scored 24, 20, and 28 fantasy points in the last 3 games, and he's projected at 23.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. He's 4,300 DraftKings salary and 400 less on FanDuel. So I love that FanDuel price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 219.5 points scored in this game. It's a fast-paced game, so I like Joe Ingles here versus the Boston Celtics. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Deandre Hunter from the Atlanta Hawks playing the Washington Wizards, who have the second worst defense overall, and they give up the 3rd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Deandre Hunter has averaged 22.7 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 32 minutes per game with an 18% usage rate. He scored 25, 31, and 37 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 30, 38, and 32 minutes. He's projected at 23.9 fantasy points here tonight. That projection's a little low, and that's still just about 5 times the value. He's only 4,900 DraftKings salary and 300 less on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 245.5 points scored in this game, so a super high scoring game, plenty of fantasy points to go around. It's a fast-paced game and a fantastic matchup, so I like Deandre Hunter here versus the Washington Wizards. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Danilo Gallinari from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the New York Knicks, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing power forwards. Danilo Gallinari has averaged 31.9 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 31 minutes per game with a 25% usage rate. He scored 39 fantasy points in 33 minutes last game. He's projected at 32.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 6,100 DraftKings salary and 500 more on FanDuel. So I love that DraftKings price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 219 points scored in this game. This is a decent matchup, so I like Danilo Gallinari here versus the New York Knicks. And if you're looking for someone a little cheaper, I like Davis Bertans from the Washington Wizards playing the Atlanta Hawks, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Davis Bertans has averaged 27.8 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 29 minutes per game with a 19% usage rate. He scored 36, 32, and 39 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 29, 28, and 30 minutes. He's projected at 27.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's just about 5 times value. He's 5,600 DraftKings salary and 100 less on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 245.5 points scored in this game, super high scoring game, a home game, a fast-paced game, and a fantastic matchup. So I like Davis Bertans here versus the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Nikolai Vucevic from the Orlando Magic playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have the third worst defense overall, and they have a middle-of-the-pack defense defending opposing centers. Nikolai Vucevic has averaged 43.1 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 33 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. He scored 56, 51, and 26 fantasy points in his last 3 games, playing 39, 32, and 35 minutes. He's projected at 44.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's $8,900 DraftKings salary and $500 less on FanDuel. So I love that FanDuel price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 234.5 points scored in this game. So we got a high-scoring game, a fast-paced game, and a good matchup. So I like Nikolai Vucevic here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate. So you can come on in and check that out. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel.